my experiences with the Ted's pain cream, I don't know if it's because I'm me or it's the Ted pain cream or what, but I'm understanding that all trauma has an intense positive side, which is part of the problem, because every trauma awakens a huge surge of energy in a person, whether it's because of the overwhelming stimulation or the excitement of killing somebody or the terror of being. There's a huge upsurge of energy. And there's something in us that remembers that and wants that energy, but is afraid to seek it because of the terrifying accompaniments. In other words, people haven't been able to say, hey, I can go for the energy without having to get beaten by my mother. So, and what I've been getting into in my personal experience is that all attachments are actually can be conceptualized as trauma. That in my use of the Ted's pain cream twice a day, it's like there'll be a few hours of uncomfortable sadness or something like that. And then all of a sudden I'll realize I'm using it in an abstract way. It comes more like a little movie in the head or an understanding. I've been too attached to Carolyn, to sex, to food. I don't need that. And furthermore, I'm starting to understand, like, one of the big things was letting go of my attachment to Osho and to Chinmaya. Somehow realizing, and the intellectual realization comes after the fact. It doesn't cause it. This is where psychology's got its head up its ass. It thinks that the understanding causes the change, where in fact the change happens first and then sometimes an intellectual understanding. So what I'm realizing is that whatever experience I attributed to Osho or to Chinmaya giving me energy or doing something to me was in fact the capacity of my mind that I allowed to relax and open up in that circumstance. And that I don't need the person I'm attached to, which is an idea, to allow the energy which I seek, which is a reality. And that's about as deep as I've gotten into it, that the less the old attachments continue, the more alone, free, impersonal I feel. It's like I went to Sweet Tomatoes for dinner tonight. I ate half of what I usually eat. I didn't stuff myself just because the food was free. That's the kind of profound change I'm talking about. There's nothing to do. We just put the stuff on and see what happens next. Right now, you're watching yourself thinking that you're imperfect and trying to do something about it, which is your way of avoiding being perfect and being here right now. That's what I'm seeing more and more, is that all my efforts to do anything, which are continuing things in my mind, there's nothing I can do about that except watch it. And that the watching itself can't be an activity. It has to be a happening. And That's like an LED light. It comes in flashes. Oh, yeah, here we are. And then I get lost in it again. So it's working. It's just working on your basic attachments instead of on discrete traumas. Because the basic attachment is to yourself, the idea of yourself as the doer, as the one who originates thoughts. You can't do not doing. It's only the subsiding of the fire. And there's no way to make it subside. That I'm understanding more and more deeply when Osho told me on my first day, 43 years ago, let go is the way. And now as I review the deepest teachings in Buddhism and Zen, Sufism, they all say, when you get to a certain point, there's nothing you can do. Relax, dude. If you want to hear some technical talk about it, listen to Vedanta, 7 Steps to Samadhi. That's Osho's clearest I've come across about the 7 stages of the path and how after the first 3 stages, there's nothing that can be done except to relax, whatever that means.